Hello, greetings. Sorry, I've been thinking how to say this. Those who thwart my request and appeal to be kind to me in this traumatizing years that I've been in, mentally tortured, and the energy torturing me, and who don't understand and ask me to keep away from social media. I will not listen to them and I will cut them off. Even if it is my own brother, my own family member. If you claim to be understanding and if you claim to have humanity in you and you're a human being, a true human being who understands with understanding hearts for others, soft hearts, then, and if you then thwart my mental illness, whatever way it came, and you ask me to live by your terms, I cannot. I have to use social media. So this I wanted to say, and again, so sometimes get angry, and I don't have to explain myself all the time to others. Pakistani men coming and harassing me on Facebook, my pages. If you have lost a loved one, for whom you're living and you're earning, you should know how it feels. So I have no other way like go sightseeing, because I've already said what I've said on Facebook, my page with I Can't Live Without Mommy, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, and all this. I'm taking a day at a time, a moment at a time without her, and I have no motivation other than living for her. I prayed to God. I did everything I could that I could go on without her gracefully, but it hasn't happened as yet. Yes, and in these traumatizing times, what I've been through, please, what I was going to say, I forgot. Yes, whoever doesn't cooperate, again, saying it in other words, I can't remember what I really wanted to say, but saying it again, whoever, my friend or a brother, a family member, a sister, I will, a father, my father, I really get very angry, so don't disrespect me and please cooperate and understand, because this was the only way my mind was not working when I was being attacked. And even now there are voices that Muslims are killing Muslims. Blame your own Muslims, not others. And traumatized, and in this traumatizing condition, I'm doing this with my last ounce. Every time, every moment, I'm very much interested in finding the truth and the true religion. You don't know how I beseeched God from the heart, deep within, for many years, that I might know the true God and true existence and universal truth and relative truth and everything, that I could do justice in my thoughts, mind, feelings, soul, being, living. You don't know. So please don't judge people quickly and reach conclusions. And if you want to, then please don't be here. Please understand that this mental illness is what I have gone through is traumatizing over the years. And cooperate with humanity for the sake of humanity, for the sake of compassion and kindness. So those who don't want to listen, they are not welcome here. Now, I have warned and I again have explained, and now after the truth, I'm going to again, what I've missed is, as a Shia Muslim, what I've seen, how I've seen this ayat, going after this ayat and being stuck on this ayat, whichever manner any Shia religious scholar may come and question me on this. So I put, I've on my title, I've put Muhammad actually to be very like for the Muslims who take Muhammad, who think there's ample evidence that Muhammad was the messenger of God and the messenger of Allah. Here in the Quran and in the Hadiths, it's Muhammad. So for them also, and my Shias, because we say Muhammad, not, I mean, not considering the real evidence coming from foreigners to us, fact finding through archaeological means and things like that, right? And through a lot of thorough research, like the foreigners have done, like P. Fender channel, P. Fender Films channel, Dr. Mr. Joe, and all the others are doing, like Al Fadi channel, forgotten the Sira, Cira. They've been finding out. So that's why I've put Muhammad in the title. So what's the title? How we have been deceived. Oh, what's the... So sorry, going back to my youth, how quickly I forget. But for the truth, I will push it. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself. Oh God, this is another channel of mine with, so going to Facebook too. Yeah, so I will, what's the cap? No, sorry, what's the title? How has Muhammad of Islam? I haven't put, see, Messenger of Islam, so that it gets to you. How has Muhammad of Islam deceived us? This is not for P. Fender channels, who foreigners who have done thorough research on finding Muhammad. They've given reasons also, and they've done thorough research also, providing the research work to us Muslims. So I'm very much after the truth, and if I make errors and mistakes, I'll be correcting myself. It's very, very difficult. It was very difficult to explain this. See, it's taken so many months here also to come to this explanation that I've given in my previous videos. Recently, today, only today. So first I have to explain that there's something wrong with this Surah Nur Ayat 33, this part. And I couldn't explain what I did recently now with words. So showing you again and again, here you see God, Allah, if God really wanted prostitution, I'm not putting words in anyone's mouth. I'm just explaining, do not compel your female slaves to prostitution, this verse, part of this verse, when they desire to be chaste, when there's a condition attached, whether you put if, whether you put in case, whether you put for they desire to be, whether you put while they desire to be chaste. So taking a deep breath, you see, I'm not putting words, I'm just explaining to you this part. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just explaining this sentence. In Arabic, also, I will show you if I can get the Quran.com. Don't find it here. Quran, I will go to Quran.com, and this is not a Shia site. The translation, word to word, I'll read. Okay, so it hasn't given me verse 30. I'll go down to, I'm going down to, it's loading, going down to verse 33 of Surah Nur. So, see, very good verses here, head covering, and both male and female should not look straight in the eyes, lower your gaze, and things like that. Okay, so that we come to the conclusion, yes, working all the verses out to being chaste, to getting married, not having not having sexual intercourse outside wedlock, having shame, like, you know, lowering our gaze, men and women, yes, punishments for fornicators and zina, whatever, single women, unmarried women, and married women. Punishments, so no adultery, and taking Surah Araf, verse 33, no indecency, and so all the stress on chastity, yes? And then what your right hands possess is temporary marriages. But it is in the wedlock, temporary, because then the Shias have put conditions how and why this is allowed for men in certain cases to have these, what their right hands possess. And they can even, I think, marry Ahl Kitab, I don't know, Christians and Jews, if they are willing to have these temporary sexual marriages. So, all that, considering all that, considering all the hadiths, whether were Imam Ali, let's consider, bring all of them, whether Imam Ali has said it, whether Imam Jafar Sadiq has said it, the Shia Imams, and whether Prophet Muhammad has said in a hadith that prostitution is haram. It's taking Sunni sources, also taking the Shia sources, and from the mouth of Prophet Muhammad's hadith, from the mouth of Prophet Muhammad narrated in a hadith that prostitution is haram, forbidden, prohibited, okay? And so then why one would ask here, one should ask, one ought to ask, why is this English, no, even the way it is put here. Okay, and do not, this is word by word, it comes hazy, so in my videos, do not compel your slave girls, here it says in Arabic. This is a word-to-word translation. To prostitution. In, if. See, now a condition starts. And what is the condition? If slave girls, if they desire chastity. What God should have put here is, since prostitution is haram, do not compel your slave girls into prostitution, for prostitution is haram. Why did he keep a condition here on slave girls if they desire chastity? See, the proper word used here is not translation. This is word by word translation. The proper word, correct word to word translation of this Quran ayat. Surah Nur, ayat 33. So bringing, yes, okay, if you say prostitution is haram because Prophet Muhammad has said in a hadith, and all working out Surah Araf where it says indecent acts, so hadiths have given that prostitution is haram. Okay? Yes, consider, we brought that into consideration. But here, regarding slave girls, who are they? Wait a minute. Where am I? So it says compel. And do not, it starts from here, do not compel. Fatayatikum. Your slave girls. To prostitution. If they desire chastity, that you may seek temporary gain. It should have been, why this? It should have been because prostitution is haram. It is a sin. It is an indecent act. It is indecency. It is vulgar. It is despicable. No, but it doesn't say that. It is a great sin. Huh? Gunai kabira, great sin. It doesn't say that. What it says is, here, it says, do not compel your slave girls into, okay, it's the same thing, into prostitution, it's just proper English I'm using. Prostitution, if they desire, if they desire chastity. Nothing about prostitution. Okay, we're going to have a debate now. You see, this is about slave girls. For them, prostitution is their will if they desire chastity. So it is on them. If the choice is given to them. So prostitution is their choice. If they, do you get it? Prostitution is these slave girls'
فتياتكم
choice.
على البغاء إن
If
أردنا
they desire chastity.
تحصنا
It's as good as saying they can prostitute themselves if they desire to prostitute themselves. Do you get it? Please see this. There's a lot here, the Quran, but here why you have missed this. So I'm going very slow, and time and again, if I'm not going slow, I'm time and again bringing this to your attention. Shias, Muslims who are truth seekers and want to know the truth, and now you can see and decide for yourselves. You see how I'm showing you how confused, how bewildered, how shocked, so many shocks, so much trauma, so many deception. See, the Quran, I don't want to get brainwash you into Muhammad has deceived you, but I have to show you first. Because this is a deep kind of, deep,
تكرهون
everything is okay here, great, yes, lower your gaze. Indecency is haram in Islam. But for these poor slave girls,
من فتياتكم
your slave girls, if they wish to remain chaste, the burden, the choice, the option, whatever you may come up with, the word is on them. It doesn't say prostitution here is haram. So that's why. Why doesn't it say it like that? Why is it miss saying it like that? Then we have been deceived. Our ulamas, Shia ulamas. Oh my goodness. So you cannot imagine. I'm sorry, I have to say that. So go again, listen to my videos and decide then. Open your eyes. Keep your mind open. Look at this part. Don't jump to conclusions like I said before. Don't assume about hadiths. Don't go to Imam Ali's hadith. But then look at this part. First look at it just with scientifically, like neutral. Like what is the language used? Like that. And then bring the hadiths and consider and then see if you can cross this. You'll have to cross this out. But you cannot cross this out. Or how, okay, in other words, how shall I put it? You cannot, this language, the language used here, you cannot know hadith, even the verse in Surah Araf, even the chastity verses of all this will cross this out, that the slave girls are allowed, they have a choice. If they want to remain chaste, see the way I'm saying English language, I'm not putting words in Muslims' mouths against the Quran ayats. But who could have deceived us indirect? So I'm not putting words. I'm just telling you, considering what is written here in this ayat, this part. So we cannot cancel that if they desire. So look, God could have put, keep them chaste, like he said, keep yourselves chaste here until God decides for you. Until God gives you the means to get married. Or until, yeah. So, and you find your life partners or whatever the choice you have. Zainab bin Josh didn't have a choice. If Rasulullah tells you, you marry this man, let's say you do istikhara and you pray to Rasulullah, Rasulullah, I don't know, I'm confused. I can't, how shall I go on my heart? I don't know if this man is good for me or not. So you do istikhara for marriage, right? I mean, that would go into, I'll forget the point here I've made. So, but Zainab bin Josh, like once Rasulullah comes in your dream and says, yes, marry this person, you've done istikhara and all that, asking Rasulullah, and then you have to marry. Suppose a proposal has come and you have two choices or two proposals, and then you can't decide your heart because you want to marry a pious person who Rasulullah agrees for you to marry or chooses for you or gives you. Then you don't have a choice. Once you do istikhara and Rasulullah says you take this proposal, get married to Zaid, you have then no choice in that matter. But in fact, even Zainab bin Josh was not given a choice. She had to marry Zaid. There was no other. So, you see, here, so now, did I explain that properly to you? That Zainab, now, Surah Azab, I have to explain Surah Azab and some of the verses that I had a problem with, right? But here, I'm stuck here with you people and myself, my emotionally blackmailed for years and years and years. एनु मन ते से आजमाते से एनु दिल दे दुखरे सुनाते से जेरा हर मुश्किल हल करता है पंज तंदा पाक कराना है तकसीर ते नहीं कोई सैयद दी होया वैरी कुल नु ज़माना है. This is Punjabi. It means there's no example about the Ahl al-Bayt, the Sayyids, progeny of Prophet Muhammad, coming from Bibi Fatima Zahra and Ali, his cousin and son-in-law. So Taksir Tani, it's talking about Imam Hussain. I mean, it's a Noha about Imam Hussain. There's no example. And, just test them, see, try them out. Try calling Ya Hussain, Ya Baby Zainab. And then you'll see, even if your chadar is being pulled and you are being molested, they will come to your rescue. Jobi, whichever problem you have, whatever life throws at you, maybe God will give you sabr, or God will take your case to the court in Pakistan. yes, against your molester and all that. But help will come. Whether within you will find patience, so enumante se, azmate se, yani believe in them and test them, try them out. Jera har mushkil, every trouble, solution solved. Panchtanda Paga, they have it. They have the solution. Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. They have the solution to every greatest problem. They have the solution. And they will give it to you, and we believed it. We believed it. So, see, here I am worried, traumatized, maybe being tested. You say you believe, but that Surah, Quran ayat says, you say you believe, but that you will not be tested. So the higher your belief, the higher you will be tested. Okay, that also I accept. I accept it. I do. I did. Then we can say, oh, what God has blessed me. God has graced me with a saint. Probably wants to become a wali Allah. Wants me to become a saint of Allah. I accept it. I only want to please Allah. In my dream, Bibi Maryam, I thought was asking me, what do you want? Shall I say? I said that I just want to please Allah. So I thought maybe when I die, I get martyred or something. People put R.A. in front of my name, after my name, like they do Radhi Allah. No. You know, for some saints and religious scholars even. And so here I am. And this part,
تكرهون
compel.
فتياتكم
Do not compel your slave girls
على
to prostitution
البغاء
if
أردنا
they desire
تحصنا.
chastity. Do you see this? Now, I'm not putting words in your mouth. Why are these slave girls given a choice? Why are these slave girls given a choice? Look at the Quran ayat here. The format, the way God has put it, Allah has put it, Allah Ta'ala. Allah, keep yourselves chaste.
وليستعفف
Let be chaste. Keep yourselves chaste.
الذين
No, see, it doesn't say those who
لا
do not have means,
يجدون
have not found
نكاحا
means for marriage, nikahan,
حتى
until
يغنيهم.
Allah enriches them. Keep yourselves chaste. Let yourselves be chaste. But here, what kind of slave girls are these? And these are slave girls. These are not even believers. God knows. Look, these are some slave girls.
فتياتكم
Your slave girls, believers, slave girls. I don't know. This says
تكرهون.
okay, this part ends here, he has given you. Then it comes, and do not. Starts from here. Compel, force, compel your slave girls to prostitution if condition if they desire. They, God doesn't say, keep your slave girls chaste. Keep your slave girls away from prostitution, for prostitution is indecent. The word used in Surah Araf, verse 33. And a sin, great sin, Gunai Kabira. That you may seek temporary gain of the life of the world, and whoever compels them, then Allah, after that, after their compulsion, is of forgiving, most merciful. So God is telling these slave girls that even if the Muslims, moments, compel you, if they suppose go, I don't know what happens. I really don't know. I mean, how can God be forgiving? Are they feeling guilty? Should they be feeling guilty? Shame, yeah, shame. I feel like, yeah, because you see, these moments, suppose if someone compels them, then after that, now where have we reached? Are there any disbelievers here? If the disbelievers compel them, God would have said the Azabun Azim will nazil on you, come on you one day. No, but here God is very soft with the believers. That's why He says, see, this is what I got. Okay, here we can be debating. It will take a year perhaps for me to convince you all, Shias and Muslims, after the truth, who can open mind scientifically. Huh? So these moments, slave girls, your slave girls, whose slave girls are these? Please tell me. God only knows. I've only reached here for months. I've been on this surah verse, and I'm still stuck on this, trying to explain and find words to explain. So about this, I mean, I could be beheaded. Forget this for now. Why did I bring this beheading on myself? Execution. And what names forget what names I will be called. It just shows that what the Muslims are made of. But I can expose them. But you're safe girls. Who's safe girls? See, first Allah enriches them. Allah is talking about you moments and what your right hands possess. Right? Do you see what I see? 14. Are you? I mean, sorry, I'm talking to myself. Am I out of my mind? So this, I had a problem with. I thought I had a problem with here. But then I realized that here I have a problem with temporary. Here. Do not compel your safe girls into prostitution. If, do you get it? If you don't see it right now, maybe again I should take a break and then I will keep coming to show you this. This is a very good example. You don't need to go researching like those foreigners have thoroughly gone and found places and God, amazing, awesome work they've done. Mel from Scotland, I think, or someone, I don't know, he's from Scotland or Ireland. Mel, sorry, uh, at a P Fender channel, P Fender Film YouTube channel, with Joe, Mr. Joe or Dr. Joe, a very like knowledgeable man, American, and so they discussed giving us that these we haven't they haven't found proper historical evidence and also the archaeological evidence and things like that in Makkah, Medina, and doesn't fit in like they've shown us so well. So now I will come back to this, but let them not who find not the means for marriage abstain until Allah enriches them. See, a very good way a translation I'm going to show you. Yes, but let them who find not the means for marriage abstain from sexual relations until Allah enriches them from His bounty. So we automatically, what has happened now? The Quran, ayats, when by the time we reach here, this will evade those who are so enamored, believers, moments, big people. Sorry, I have a phone call, so I'm going to go. Thank you so much. I will come back later.